There might be a little bit more to this Punisher situation going on over at Marvel. Now, in case you have no idea what's going on, they've changed the Punisher quite a bit, changed his logo from the iconic skull, which you have to admit is an awesome logo. Probably one of the coolest character logos, I think, in comics. No matter how you feel about the character, the logo for him is awesome. That's gone now. It's now this demon-shaped skull because he works for the Hand. I have not read the issue. I just don't like what they're doing with the character. He also, notably, has his guns stripped away from him. This is a big change to the character. Will this stick? We'll find out soon enough. Of course, people are saying that the issue missed the opportunity. This is from CBR.com. The Punisher, #1, misses an opportunity to say something. So they changed the character up, took his guns away, changed the skull. But the issue didn't do good enough because Frank Castle should have denounced guns in the comic or some shit. Like these people will never be happy. Never be happy. Now, they, of course, changed the character around because, well, people on the right use the skull logo. And police and military use the skull logo as well. And because of that, Lefty Marvel had to change that logo. And they took the guns away. And we all thought it was because of, everything going on today. But it looks like there's a little bit more to that. I think it stretches out beyond the Punisher. And that's because of this article right here from Bounding into Comics. Todd McFarlane reveals corporations are systematically removing firearms from action figures, reveals his creative workaround to their agenda. Now, check this out. Look at this action figure for the Peacemaker. Do you notice anything interesting about this figure? He's holding a sword. Where are his guns? The Peacemaker has a giant gun he uses throughout his show and the Suicide Squad movie. But he doesn't have one. Isn't that interesting? What's going on here? Well, it's not just that figure. There's more. Here's the Red Hood. Oh, no, this is Grifter. I'm sorry. He looks like Red Hood for a second. But this is Grifter. Here's Hush, not holding any guns. Joker, holding a crowbar. That actually works for him. Even though this is the Killing Joker, I believe. And this is right before he shot. Didn't he shoot Barbara Gordon? I'm pretty sure they're taking inspiration for that. Maybe I'm wrong. He should have a gun. And it seems that, at least according to Todd McFarlane, he's being told he's not allowed to package guns with these characters, which is silly to me. Because, let's be honest, the price points for these figures aren't for little kids. Like, these are for adults. That's why they come with a little stand so you can stick them on your desk or somewhere. It's more for just something to look at than to really play with. I don't think kids are buying these. I think adults are buying these toys. I think maybe some kids do, but for the most part, I think adults are buying these because these are a little higher end. I think they're in the high 20s, close to $30 for these. I could be wrong. So why can't Peacemaker have his pistols? It's kind of stupid, right? This was really alarming to me. I couldn't believe this. What's the point? If he's going to use guns and this stuff, why can't he have this? But it's weird. So they're banning these, and he's being told, even the Thomas Wayne Batman figure. I didn't even know they made that. You're not getting guns with that figure either. Isn't that? And that character uses guns. So, what's going on? I mean, we know that the radical left, they want to get rid of these things. Is that part of the agenda? I don't know. But let's go over what he's saying here. So, this is during the same podcast that he got in trouble for. I just did a video on that recently because people were mad that he was spitting facts that boys like a bunch of the male action superheroes. They don't want a lot of female like superhero crazy characters. So he doesn't make very many of them for business reasons. And he's been in the business for a long time. Then, of course, a bunch of idiots that think they know better than this guy spoke up, which I thought was hilarious. But here's what's going on here. Shartimus Prime brought up the subject, asking one thing a lot of people have been talking about recently is the banning of plastic guns coming with the action figures. He then shows off his Thomas Wayne figure before continuing his thought. I feel like the character, it's important. It's a key. I feel like for the character, it's important. It's a key part of the character. I wanted a little insight from your perspective on, are there no guns to be allowed anymore? Shartimus Prime continued, I remember being disappointed with that Peacemaker figure that you made, and it did not come with a gun. I was like, that's part of the character. When it's part of the character in the story, I feel a little bit of frustration right there, and I'm kind of curious to know your perspective on that. McFarlane answered, we've done hundreds of licenses over the year, and the people who own the brands and the IP, the intellectual properties, they are the boss, and they basically dictate to us, not the other way around. So if we say, hey, we want to make this character, and they said, nope, we don't ever want that character made, you never get to make them, and it's just that simple. McFarlane continued, so sometimes things come up from higher up that are just given to us, and we have to abide. And I long ago stopped worrying about whether I agreed with them, because when you are dealing with big billion-dollar companies and they make their decisions, they assume they are doing it for the betterment of these brands and their company and the strength and all of the above. Have they made a decision about guns and action figures? Uh-huh. Are we abiding by it? Uh-huh. Did they ask my opinion? Nope. Would I have done it otherwise? Of course. What are you talking about? He declared. So he would love to do it right, but he's being told he can't from people that are really high up. Said we're doing the best we can, we're doing the best we can, given that we have a new application towards the toys. It could alter some of the figures and characters we make, because if you're doing the Punisher and you can't put in a gun, I guess he still looks cool in this costume. We're coming up with alternative ways of putting other props that work or don't work, he said. So he's trying to get around it, right? But you look at what's going on across both companies with the Punisher. Then you have Peacemaker not using his guns, though he uses them in movies and in his shows. That's fine. But when it comes to the toys, no. There's really something strange going on here. And, I mean, it's no secret that a lot of people from a certain political perspective want to get rid of firearms. I am not of that political perspective. I very, very much support the Second Amendment and your ability to own such things. It's just weird. Like, so this is coming from the top. You don't want kids. I mean, I remember, when I was a kid, like, they were all over the place. Didn't really change anything, but it's just, to me, this is more evidence that something is going on. They want to detach firearms from the characters. Marvel going a little bit further than DC, actually stripping characters of it. I wonder if that's coming to DC Comics as well, because they're already taking away the pieces. I mean, this was the biggest red flag to me. Peacemaker with a sword? Okay. But I wonder, I mean, he wants to be a truly peaceful person now. Maybe he'll ditch his guns too. There's a second season of that coming up, so who knows. But really strange and kind of unnecessary. Here's Gunslinger Spawn. I mean, he can do whatever he wants because this is his property. So if you see this character come out, he'll probably have the gun, but it's wild to me. Unless that comes from somewhere else. I don't think McFarlane Toys works with anybody else, do they? Do they work with a Hasbro for their pressings or anything? Or does McFarlane just have his own kind of molding factory? I don't know. But more politics slipping into stuff right there. No more guns for your kids' toys, which is stupid. Are they going to get rid of Nerf guns next? Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I do watch parties, play video games over there. They're always fun. Follow me over there and come hang out. Also, make sure you subscribe to YellowFlash, my other channel. There's a link to that in the description as well. I do a lot of live streams over there that I don't do on this channel, usually smaller and a little bit more personal. So make sure you follow me over there and sign up.